Ever feel like someone's trying to work against you and it just totally backfires? Like they're trying to hold you back, but you end up even stronger.
Yeah.
Well, get this. Today's deep dive is about a story from the Bible like that.
Oh, interesting.
It's all about curses that become blessings. And honestly, it's got some wisdom that's still relevant even now.
Oh, I like that. Curses turned blessings.
Right. So to set the stage, we're in the book of Numbers, and King Balak, he's the king of Moab, he's freaking out.
What's going on? What's he freaking out about?
The Israelites are on the move, and Balak's convinced they're going to be trouble.
Yeah, makes sense. A whole group of people moving in, you never know what's going to happen.
He's totally scared of their power. He's seeing how many of them there are, and he's like, nope, got to do something drastic.
So what does he do?
He goes and hires this well-known prophet, Balaam. His plan is to use Balaam to curse the Israelites.
Oh, wow. Like put a hex on them or something.
Basically, he's like, Balaam, unleash your worst on these people.
Yeah.
And Balak is serious. He sets up all these rituals, altars, sacrifices, like the whole shebang.
Wow, he's going all out.
Oh, yeah, he's pulling out all the stops. You can practically feel this, like, anticipation of doom, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Balak is positive this is going to work.
Yeah.
But here's where things get interesting.
Okay.
Instead of cursing the Israelites, Balaam ends up blessing them.
Wait, what?
Not once, not twice, multiple times. And these aren't just any blessings. These are powerful words talking about how strong the Israelites are, how resilient, how they're protected.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what Balak wanted.
Oh, absolutely. Balak is furious. Can you imagine? He's probably sputtering, what just happened? This isn't what I paid for.
I bet, after all that effort.
He even tries to get Balaam to move to different spots, thinking that'll change things.
Like maybe the scenery will help?
Yeah, like maybe if we change the view, the curses will finally work. But nope, no use.
This is like something bigger is at play.
Right. No matter what Balak tries, the blessings just keep coming. It's almost like this bigger force is stepping in, overruling Balak's little scheme.
And that's not just some historical anecdote. I think it really highlights that sometimes trying to like control and manipulate, it can backfire big time.
Totally. And maybe there's something bigger than us, working things out in ways we don't even get.
Yeah, I can see that. It's wild, right? Like someone's actively trying to put a curse on you, but it just doesn't work.
Yeah, what's up with that? It's like they have some kind of shield, those Israelites.
It makes you think about, like, trust.
Trust.
Yeah, trusting that there's a greater purpose.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Like, remember how the Israelites were totally protected, even though Balak's trying to curse them?
Right. It's like those times you feel like you're just hitting wall after wall.
Yeah, exactly.
But what if, like, those walls are actually detours?
Yeah.
Leading you to something better?
I think so.
Oh, I like that.
It's like those challenges were actually opportunities.
To grow.
Exactly, to grow or like redirect yourself, you know.
Instead of getting discouraged, maybe we should be asking, what can I learn from this? What's the bigger picture?
That's it.
All right, I'm with you. And this whole thing with Balaam, it makes you think about the power of words.
Oh, for sure.
Like, even though Balaam didn't say what Balak wanted, his words still had this huge impact.
Yeah, remember Balak wanted him to curse the Israelites.
Right. But the blessing is what stuck. Like, words can build someone up or tear them down.
Right.
That's a good one.
We've all been there.
Absolutely. Like, imagine you're at work, you got to make a tough decision, and your colleague says something encouraging.
Oh, yeah.
How did that make you feel?
Totally different.
But then flip
Like if they're doubtful?
Yeah, or critical?
Oof, that's rough.
It totally changes how you act, right?
So we got to be mindful of what we say.
And how we say it.
Because our words, they can have this, like, ripple effect.
They do.
Okay, one more thing I was thinking about.
Sure, go ahead. Balaam, he had all this pressure to curse the Israelites.
Oh, yeah, Balak was really pushing him.
But he stuck with, like, what he felt was right, his convictions.
That takes courage.
It does. Especially with a king breathing down your neck.
And probably offering him all kinds of things.
Right. Like, what can we learn from that in our own lives?
Well, I think it shows us that sticking to what we believe in, it's important.
Even when it's hard.
Yes, even when it's hard.
Even when everyone else is doing something different.
Exactly.
It's easy to go with the flow, you know?
Oh, for sure.
But Balaam, he shows us that having that inner compass, that's what keeps us grounded.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, so we've got trusting a greater purpose, being mindful of our words, and standing strong in our convictions.
That's a good summary.
But is there anything else we can learn from this? Anything we missed?
You know, it's interesting. It also shows us that, like, trying to manipulate things, trying to control people, it doesn't really work.
Oh, yeah, Balak was all about that.
Yeah. He was so focused on controlling everything.
And it blew up in his face.
Big time. And I think there's a lesson there for all of us.
Like what?
We can't control everything.
Yeah.
And trying to force things, well, it usually just makes things worse.
So instead of trying to manipulate,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we should focus on what we can control,
Right. Our own actions, our own thoughts.
like how we respond to things.
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost a surrendering, letting go of
Yeah.
that need to control,
And trusting.
trusting that there's a bigger picture.
That's it.
Okay, so we plan and God laughs, right?
You got it.
Like,
Yeah.
we can try to make things happen,
Yeah.
but there's something bigger at work.
And sometimes those unexpected turns, they lead us to better places.
Like the Israelites, they got blessed even though someone was trying to curse them.
Exactly.
Like the curses were actually good.
I like that.
Which makes me wonder, what about when we feel cursed?
Oh, good question.
Like when it feels like nothing's going right.
What do we do then?
Yeah, what then?
It really makes you think, huh?
Yeah.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
We started with this king trying to, like, get a prophet to curse his enemies, and we ended up talking about trusting a higher purpose.
Yeah, finding blessings where you least expect them.
Right. It's wild. And, I want to go back to something you said before about manipulation.
Oh, yeah.
It's so easy to think we can control everything.
It really is. Like, it's just human nature, right?
But like you said, that usually doesn't work out so well.
Most of the time, it backfires. We forget that life, it throws curveballs. We can plan all we want, but there's this bigger picture, and we don't always see it.
Yeah. Balak's plan is like Exhibit A.
Oh, yeah. Perfect example.
He thought he knew what he was doing, and then boom, the opposite happens.
And he's left scratching his head.
Totally. And
Yeah.
honestly, haven't we all been there? Like trying to force something and it just blows up?
All the time. So if we can't control everything and manipulation's a no-go, what do we do?
Right. Just sit back and let life happen.
No, not at all. It's more about recognizing what you can control.
Okay. Like what?
Your actions, your thoughts, how you respond to stuff.
So not the people and stuff around us, but ourselves.
Yeah, like becoming the best version of yourself instead of trying to control everyone else.
So instead of forcing things, it's about trusting.
Right? Trusting there's a bigger plan.
And maybe that's where the blessings come in, the unexpected ones.
When you let go of control, new things open up, new possibilities.
So challenges, maybe those aren't curses. Maybe they're chances to grow.
Yeah, or like transform, discover something you didn't even know was there.
Instead of focusing on what's wrong, maybe it's about seeing the lesson.
The potential, the growth.
Like that saying, the obstacle is the path.
Sometimes the things that seem like roadblocks, they're the things that make us stronger.
And maybe those curses, they're actually blessings in disguise.
Leading us to something amazing.
Something we wouldn't have found otherwise. Man, we started with this story about curses and ended up somewhere completely different.
Full circle, right?
It's amazing what you can find in these old stories.
Timeless wisdom. Just as true today as it was back then.
Well, listeners, that's our deep dive for today. But before we go, I want to leave you with one last thought.
Go for it.
Think about those times you feel stuck, those times it feels like you're cursed.
Yeah.
What if those are actually opportunities?
Opportunities for growth, for change, for finding blessings you never knew existed.
It's something to think about as you go about your day. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep.